Good morning, Year 8, and welcome to Week 5. This is our celebration assembly for the end of the half term. So I just wanted to run over on this slide a few of the things that we've thought about in the last few weeks. And they link to three of our pillars: independence, community, and commitment. Three things that you needed to consider quite strongly to make the best of the lockdown. So independence was linked to resilience, the idea of getting knocked down and getting back up again, which we did as a year group very well. Community was the idea of the different charitable challenges and things that you could be doing to support your community outside of your home. And the final image, the slightly ghostly one really, which is the light at the end of the tunnel, that linked to commitment, because it's about making sure that you're doing the right thing now so that when you emerge into the light, you're ready to rock and roll. So on that note, what can we do over the May half term to make the best of our time? Well, what we can do is we can make sure that we are aware of our and our friends and loved ones' mental health. Now, I sent out an email yesterday with this attached to it. It's Mental Health Week from the 18th to the 24th of May, and I think it comes at a very useful time for us because we all have to be aware of how we're feeling during this time. Now, you can have a go at that, guys. How you can get involved in that, follow the link below here, and you can just have a click on there and see what there is, just for some things for you and your family to do over half term. Also, here's two ideas from myself and Mr. Reese. I'd like a photography challenge. I'd like to see who can take some really iconic lockdown London photos and send them over to me. Now, you can put as many filters on them as you like. It's a piece of artwork really, but what I'd like to do is to have it, and the best one I will print out when I can, and I will frame it, and I will give it to the winner, and it will also go hanging in my office. So that's the photography challenge. And Mr. Reese wants a cake baking challenge because he himself is trying now to get better at baking, so he'd like to see what your efforts are. And if photos could be sent to the addresses in blue, that would be fantastic. So a couple of ideas for those of you who aren't photographers or bakers. One thing quite a few families have been doing is pitching tents and camping outside in back gardens if they can. That would be a fantastic thing to do if you had the space. Obviously, there's Netflix marathon challenges all over Facebook. If you haven't seen all of the films in a certain series, then that could be a challenge for you. Country walks might be hard to come by in London, but there are some areas of London where you can maintain social distancing and also enjoy the outdoors. So don't be afraid to look at those. I've included a link down at the bottom for you to click on and have a look and see where the best country walks in London are. And I can already see on the link that there's Richmond Park, which is close to quite a few of you. Also, something my family and I have been doing is we've been writing 500 words each of a story, and we've been following on the story each time one of us writes something, and it's getting very strange now, but it is quite a lot of fun, so you might well try and do that. Okay, so here's the moment we've all been waiting for, really, looking at the points. Now, I just want to bring you over to the right-hand column over here so that you can just see exactly what I'm doing here. What I've done is I've added the total positives and negatives for the week together, and then I've found what percentage of that number the positive points were. So the higher the percentage number, the better the tutor group has done in terms of positive points. So for this week, you can see here that the very highest is LOR, so well done to LOR. That's week 1, that's our first week of registering everybody's points. So 43% of the points earned by that tutor group that week were positive points, which is really good. So moving into week 2, we see the significant drop in the positive total points that we saw and that my most recent assembly was about resilience and how to pick yourself back up again. So from this week, our highest number was MUB, with 12% of MUB's points coming by way of positive points. Now that's quite a low number, but it was the highest in the year group. So let's have a look at week 3. Now you can already see here on the right hand side, week 3 is so much more impressive, with the lowest being 20%, which is actually higher than the highest was the week before. So that's really good. Now SSI wins that one, so Mr. Singh's group wins that one with 43% of all points being positive points, which is really impressive. Okay, so looking at last week, slightly disappointing for some tutor groups, but then we've still got those high percentage points in many other tutor groups. So once again, we've got SSI at the top there with 47%, which is actually an increase percentage-wise on what they had the week before. So very, very impressive, guys. Well done. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if we weren't taking into account all those points and doing an average of each of the 4 weeks altogether. So let's see who we have. We've got 3 in the bronze medal position, which is GAB, ASE and SAH with 19, 21 and 19% positive respectively. So well done to you guys. We'll see how we do next term if we can bulk up that to silver or gold. Who is in silver and gold then? Let's have a look. So we've got LOR and MUB battling it out for that second from the top spot. MUB with 34% and LOR with 36% positives respectively. So very well done to you guys. And at the top with a sterling effort is SSI with 37% of all points this half term being positive points. Very, very good indeed. So with the help of Miss Macmillan, I'm going to do 2 prize draws this half term. One is for 4 of our students from the top 20 workers of the half term. Now, these guys are very impressive. They've only got green, as in they've made far more positive points than they have negative, and they've done it every week. So this is very impressive. So I'm going to pick 4 students from the top 20 workers of the half term that you can see below the yellow highlighted text there. Second draw, and you'll know which draws they are, guys, because they're in the same coloured bowls as they are highlighted. I'm going to draw 1 student from the top 5 improvers. So a special mention to Alexis, Joanne, Jada, Amari and Janace here, who didn't start the half term off too great, but then have really improved as time has gone on. So on the next slide, there is a video showing me doing the lucky dip. So how I did this, guys, is I wrote out the names and then folded them up into little bits of paper, dropped them in 2 different coloured bowls, and then I picked 4 from one bowl, the yellow one, and 1 from the green bowl. And those names come up on the slide at the end of the video. Okay, so we're going to start with the top 20. So I'm going to pick out 4 names from this pot, the yellow pot. All right, I'll give it a bit of a shake. Take 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are my names. I'll let you know who those people are in a minute. Now, to our second draw, our top 5 improvers. I'm going to pick 1 name from this bowl. Mix it up a bit. Okay. Oh, it's too many. Alright, there's my 1. And we'll see you on the next slide. So, in our yellow bowl draw, which was the 4 students from the top 20 workers, we had Keto, we had Noah, Mia, and Zane. Very well done to you guys. Commiserations to those who didn't get picked. I'm sure you will still be in the draw next time. And then from our top 5 improvers, we had Janace. So a nice round of applause. Not quite the same when it's just me, but nice round of applause for you guys. Well done. I will be speaking to Miss Macmillan, and you should be receiving an Amazon voucher in the post. Okay, it wouldn't be the same without the lucky 7, so let's have a go at it. Guys, some of you are sending really interesting answers through. Even if you don't know all of them, do not worry. The more of you that send them in, the happier I am. So, question number 1. Which country has Donald Trump made a habit of insulting recently? And I've neglected to put a capital letter for his second name. That was a mistake. Don't be like me. Make sure you capitalize surnames. Number 2. Brits are now allowed to meet their friends in large groups. True or false? Let's make sure we're being responsible here. 3. What is the correct name of the monster slain by Beowulf in the epic Old English poem? Is the monster's name Grenwald, Grendel, or Grey Boar? Number 4. What is the chemical symbol for potassium? What is the chemical symbol for potassium? Number 5. What is the name of Amazon's or Jeff Bezos' space program? What is it called? 6. What does SCUBA stand for? As in a scuba tank or a scuba diving equipment. What does SCUBA stand for? It's 5 separate words which mean something. Find it out. And number 7. In which country would you find the temples of Angkor Wat? Which country would you find the temples of Angkor Wat? Good luck. Send your emails and answers through to me down at the bottom there. And a final word from me, Year 8. Please do your best to enjoy this half term. Do get out of the house. Do get some sunshine and some fresh air if you can do it safely. Okay? So enjoy half term in safety, guys, and take good care of those around you and those who you love. And I'll see you soon.